Right, all right. All right, all right, all right. I think we're live, boys. What to do? It's Wednesday. Stocks. They're just right where we left them. No all-time highs, no lows, sideways. Look over at gold. Gold had a little bit of a sell-off, went a little farther than we were looking, about 40, 60. Moving sideways. This doesn't look great, but there's actually some low time frame reversal kind of stuff going on here that I'm watching, but sideways. Bitcoin, crazy move. We got wrecked on those longs. Absolutely wrecked in those longs. I guess that's what stop loss is for. This move, wild. Like, wild. Pumped up to 114, sold right back off, get the wick down to 106.7, sideways. What is going on in markets today? It's like there's nothing happening. This is probably the quietest, the calmest day that we have had in a while. I can feel it. Do you feel it? Like the difference? We've had so many tense days, so much this and that and left and right, and all these things happening. And today it's just like nothing. It's just like waiting, calm before the storm, maybe. That's probably a good way to put it. So we're just going to chill. We're going to chart. We're going to vibe. I appreciate you guys tuning in today. I'll be taking requests, probably. Take a look at what you're looking at, what maybe I'm missing. Because something has to be moving, right? Something. The whole world can't be just sideways right now. Maybe it is. If you could, smash that like button for me. Not if you could. You can. If you have thumbs. If you don't have thumbs, I understand. You don't have to. But if you have thumbs, use those thumbs to hit that button. Subscribe, follow, whatever platform you're on. Like it. Share it. We're going to come up with some content. We'll figure it out. Entire globe is cooked. Juan, it feels that way. We feel cooked, don't we? Let's get some things out of the way quick. If you're out there and you haven't joined the Discord, jump in there. It's free. Discord.gg/TomCrown. Chat never stops, 24 hours a day. People from all over the world just nerding out about charts, trading. And if you sign up with any of my affiliate links, you'll find them in the video description below. You'll get VIP access, VIP roles in that Discord. It's a great deal. So check it out, discord.gg/TomCrown. Done. Chill is out of the way. Done chilling. Completed. Now what? I don't even know. I guess I could just jump into the charts and just get lost like I usually do. Man, I don't know. I woke up and I had a sense of relief about markets. Maybe because it was the first time that nothing was really happening. But that sense of relief also unengaging. Lack of energy, right? You know, you look over at silver, even silver, kind of sideways. I think the general gist outside of stocks is a downward move and now sideways. The most boring and painful possible scenario, in my opinion. Because stocks actually fell down on the 10th with everything else and traded sideways, but have kind of crept back up. See the S&P very close to its previous all-time high. Very close to where it sold off from. You know what? This actually, I think, looks worse than Bitcoin. The price action over the last week or so is good. I like the higher lows and creeping back up to that high. But, man, that's a nuke. You hit an all-time high and you just went straight down to your low. We did something similar on Bitcoin, but it wasn't quite so dramatic. It wasn't quite in the same day hit the all-time high and sold off. Now, this is brutal also, but like, damn. I'm glad we don't have that candle. If we had that candle at an all-time high, I'd be spooked. Looking good, man? Yeah, back in the gym. I was doing running for a while, but now it's getting cold. Sun's going down. I don't know. I don't feel like running with the sun down. Maybe I'll get back into that maybe I'll get back into that during summer again or when it gets warm. So I got to get back to the gym. Got a good workout. It's been a while. Do you guys ever have that? You go to the gym and you just don't have good workouts. I don't know why. You do the stuff, you check the things, you did the lifts, and you're just like, it didn't feel good. I don't feel good. I don't feel strong. You just got through the motions. Today was the first time I felt Felt good. I left the gym and I was like, that was a good lift. I don't know what made it different, but something did. Something in the air, right? What do I think about Bitcoin? I mean, my stance hasn't changed. I have not wavered. I think the bottom was in on the 10th of October for this move. Doesn't mean I don't think it'll ever trade lower than that, but I think that the move's low was in on October 10th. We're now almost at the end of the month, October 22nd. Almost 2 weeks have passed. We have not broken that low. We've just changed, thank God. You know, I remember, who remembers this from the live stream earlier this month? I don't know what day it was. Like, probably like the first week of October. I remember pulling up these moon phases and being like, oh, okay, like, we're coming up here, we're at a high, and I remember the moon phase changing, and I like just dismissed it. I was like, it's not, it doesn't really matter. I was like, it's fine, we're climbing. This new moon, this full moon hit us like a fucking train, bro. Look at that. The first day of the full moon, boom. It took 1, 2, 3. I'll say it took 3 days, boom, to hit that low. Good news. New moon's here. Moon phase has changed. We've passed 2 weeks of time, and I don't know. I'll take it. In the same way I ignored it, I'll take it here as a positive sign. We are in the new moon phase. I'm not even gonna go into it. We tend to just see 2-week cycles when it comes to markets. When it comes to Bitcoin especially. Doesn't work every time, but usually I'll say you see like a big move like this and the phase changes, that's a good sign. Things maybe taking a different course into the next 2 weeks, and I welcome that. You know, I had my iPad and I was like, I'll pull up the chat here. But now I'm realizing I don't have a way to prop this up to see it. And also, this text is really small. Maybe I won't do that. I think what I do want to do is order a big... Where's this button, dude? I can never find the buttons on this thing. I want to order a big screen TV to have back behind the camera so I can see myself. See what it looks like. So wait, I got distracted. What do I think of Bitcoin? I think the next 2 weeks going into September, I keep going backwards. Going into November, I think we're going to see upside. I think that the low is still in. I haven't wavered there. Things have not gotten super exciting or bullish, really. But I stand by it. No change. No change there. Certainly hope so. Certainly hope so, right? What do you guys think? Harvest moon equals Bitcoin harvested. I told you guys that not that long ago. Back here in 21, that was when I lived out in the farm. And I do remember the corn harvest or whatever coming in. And we were up at, I think it was in October, right? End of October. And I remember seeing it and going, oh, this is a sign, but not taking it as a bearish sign. And then as 2022 started, I was like, oh my God, why did I not put that together? They're harvesting, they're cutting the corn down, and it was all around me because the place I lived, literally 360 was farms, or 360 was corn farms. In 2021, that harvest moon hit pretty hard. Will that happen again? I don't know, man. I still think we have another all-time high. I think we have at least one more move up. One FOMO-y, euphoric, good vibe gets people to think, oh yeah, all the, you know, everything they were saying is wrong. These feelings we've had this entire cycle with these little highs, it was all building up to this, and now it's going up forever, and then it's buying the top and it's done. That's where I'm at. I don't really have a number. There's no specific number of invalidation for that. Maybe there's a time. Yeah, if we get to the end of the year, we get into January, February, things are looking a little different. They're looking a little weird, but I don't really have a price. There's no like, okay, if it goes under 100K, it's over, or it goes under whatever, it's over. I don't really have that. it's really a bad bet to make, you know. Like 98, I know a lot of people are looking at 98. June's low here. 75 down here. I don't know if anyone's looking at April. I think pretty easy to call that things are not looking good if we're down at 75, 74K, but whatever. We need exit liquidity like last cycles. Crispy, that is the core. That's a core. It's a core concept of this, is there has been no euphoria. Maybe there was euphoria in 2024 for a little bit, but there's been no like upward liquidity move. And no matter what we think about cycles or predictability or whatever, the one thing that has happened, even if it's looked different sometimes, is we have had those euphoric liquidity moves at the top. At the top here, no one was bearish. 0% of people are bearish at the Pico Bitcoin bull run top. Maybe a little, maybe some people were bearish here in November of 21. Certainly people were bearish down here during the summer, but nobody. It's like 0%. And you can say, but actually, and push your glasses up. Yeah, but like no one is bearish. We are so bearish, and we've been so bearish this whole time. There has been no liquidity time. There's been no sweep, right? Maybe we don't get a cycle top until that happens. This would be cool. I'd welcome it. I don't think there's really an argument to build on this yet. Time will open this up as we go forward. But, you know, maybe we just keep doing this. Maybe we just keep making these slow moves. Maybe we just keep doing it, right? This is sustainable. You can keep doing that. I think, though, even if we do see that and it goes into next year, it still ends with, you know, don't look at the price, but still ends with that euphoria. It still ends with the big move, the liquidity, the retail jumping in. Maybe that has to come after gold tops, stocks top. And maybe that has to happen once all these shiny distractions are out of the way. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But I just can't imagine the run being over without everyone being bullish 100%, without the feeling of no matter what you do, if you just put money in, it's going to double, it's going to triple, it's going to quadruple. Like sell your house, take out loans, irrationally put your money in, and that's the liquidity that's over. I wonder if the cycle can't end until then. I don't know. That was a bull market, then ants can make honey. Can they make honey? I wish ants could make honey. That'd be cool. Stocks topping is no good. I don't know. That was an ugly candle, but the S&P, this looks strong. To me, this looks good. What do we got? We don't have to hit an all-time high this week, but you could do this for a while. But I like this. I like the lows coming up. Doesn't look quite as good when you zoom in. I'm not too worried. Yeah, I'm not too worried. And then I look back and kind of see some similarities here. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just looking for something. How you doing, long the bottom? Giggity. Giggity. Oh, maybe that's what has to happen, though. Maybe we have to have the shiny stuff out. Maybe the AI bubble has to pop a little bit. Maybe gold has to come back down to reality. Maybe none of that has to happen. Who knows? It's not sustainable to sell your house every 4 years. Maybe retail doesn't have any money anymore. Oh, they do. They do, bro. Yeah, it's not sustainable for the same person. But every 4 years, there's completely brand new people that have aged 4 years. And now they're selling their houses, right? And we can say that, but dude, they're doing it right now with golden stocks anyway. It's logical that people will be out of money, but there's always new people, and there's always new money. I don't know. I don't know if how do I get rid of this other one? There's another scale over here. Oh, it's bugging me, but I guess we don't Guess it doesn't matter, right? What if I delete gold? Oh, it got rid of it. Cool. There's always new people. There's always new money. And largely, it's the same people anyway, too. They do come back. You tell me, we can apply logic here, but you tell me that the people with FanDuel, sports, whatever, betting on their phones, or people even going to Vegas and betting, you're telling me they lose and they don't come back? Brother, that's exactly what they do. Comeback is exactly what they do. Yeah, we don't have houses. That's true. Millennials don't have any houses. What's up, streamers trends in all caps? What's up, brother? I had some music on too. I didn't have really anything to talk about today. Nothing to talk about. No homework. No notes. I was just like, we'll get on. Let's pop on and see what people are looking at. Did this work? That subscriber number up. We do have the FOMC at the end of the month. I'm assuming that's when we'll see Spice. I don't have high hopes for Spice in the meantime. I don't really feel like we'll see big moves until then. We may see this sideways chop kind of just play out. Here we go. 191,298. We could get to 191,300 today. We could do that in this moment if 2 people subscribe that aren't subscribed. Gold find. I still think it's going to 5K. This is not too spooky. We're looking at what, like 4,062. Now this is gross. This price is a little gross. But then you look at, just look at like the hourly, right? RSI is coming up. That's a nice div. That's a nice divergence. This is gold. Gold tends to kind of play by the rules. This looks like a middle finger. Gold plays more by the rules than what we're used to. Your fib here, your extension right down at the 2 at 4,000. The 1618, that's what we were looking at yesterday. The 1618 right at 2,000. You got this div painting. I think gold moves back up. I'm not worried about it. Has made a hell of a move though. I still think it'll go to 5,000 this year, but if it doesn't, it still has had, I don't know, the best year ever on gold. You're 50-50. It really feels like the end. Interesting. I can't get over that though. It's like, if people feel like it's the end, that has never been how the end has been. Is it this time everyone, like the majority, I don't know, at least half of all people, this time they know it's the end versus last time, every other time when it was like 100% people are bullish, 0% are bearish with margin of error. And now this time it's like 50-50 in the tops in. I don't know. I don't know if I can believe that. Not sure I can believe that. It looks like the masses are right lately. I don't know about that, man. How? In what sense? Shorted to 0. It could end like that, all-time high before the halving. Anything's on the table. Yeah, it could. I'm not saying it can't. I'm just saying that is a big this time is different. And it's a big this time is different that goes against like the nature of markets, you know, the nature of the manipulators, the market makers, the big players. They can't have us win. They can't have us win, or else they don't win. I think, I don't know. I think that's too good. I think it's too optimistic. I think maybe even fundamentally tops of markets, like by necessity, have to have people on the wrong side of the trade. I think that is even what makes it the top of the market. It's my opinion. I don't know the future. Almost to 0, then back to the moon. Been sharing your channel a lot. Johnny Crypto 777, you're the man. Appreciate you. Not even quantitative easing yet. Patience. True. The more they change, the more it stays the same. Inverse Kramer. What is the Windicator saying? I don't even have to look at it. The Windicator's still bullish. Go short, see at the top of the range. I want you all to print money. Everybody, I hope, prints money, man. The top's in, I hope we're all short. I don't know if I'm that optimistic. Spam. Spam's calling me. Get out of here, spam. What else? What is up today? Chain Opera AI is up 45%. What the hell is that? Koi. I have a feeling this is going to be a chart that does not have any history, but we'll see. Koi. Ooh, just one subscriber to 191,300. Big milestone. Huge milestone. Who will claim the spot? Who is worthy? I think we looked at this. Damn, those are some big ass candles there. Yesterday is 62%, now up 44% today. What's interesting is that in the 7-day time period, though, it's still down. Today it's up 40%, but over 7 days it's still down 27 something percent. What is this? Anybody have this? Anybody holding this? Trading this? Anybody know anything about it? It's a coin. It's a shit coin. It's gonna dump. I agree. I knowing nothing about it, I agree. Doesn't have a lot of history, so we can't do much with it anyway. $20 all-time high. Decent enough target. Wouldn't be surprised to see this. Bitcoin to 20K very soon. Man. I pity people waiting for 20K Bitcoin, bro. Ew. You know, we can't know the future. Anything is possible. But 20K Bitcoin, I don't know about that, bud. I don't know about that one. That is the most bear hopium thing I've heard. That's honestly, it's the most hopium thing I've heard like this cycle. I feel like the bull hopium this cycle has been real weak. This doesn't look that bad. 1061 is the weekly order block there. You could see that. That'd be fire trade. 50K, I think 50K is reasonable. 50K is totally reasonable. I mean, you look, it's really simple, right? Do you believe that the downside in the bear market, do you believe that the bear market downside, the percent it retraces, do you believe that it will be the same percent as last cycle? Do you believe it will be more than last cycle, which would be a strange call? I wonder why you would think that. Do you think it would follow the downside pattern, the diminishing downside return that we have seen every cycle? And then all you have to do is take your price tool out. Where'd you go, price tool? There you go. Your price range, forgive me. Take it, put it at the top, and then draw down. So 20K, you think we're going to get 85%. That's what we got in cycles like back here. When we got, I don't know, what, we went from 2,000 all-time high, or 1,000 all-time high to 20,000. 20x the previous all-time high, we got 85% drawdown. Then we went from 20 to 70, which is 3.5. And we got like 70 something drawdown. It's like 75. It's close. Now we have a 2x. Not even a 2x. Jesus. Lord help us, man. If the top is in, Lord help us. Not even a 2x from 2021. 75. Or the logical, in my opinion, is to expect a diminishing return. I don't know. What, 65 to 70, something like that. 65 gives you 43. So it's like, do you think it will be more, a deeper correction than last time? Do you think it will be roughly equal, or do you think it will continue the diminishing downside return? It's pretty easy thought experiment. Then you just do this. There you go. Of course, these are like roughly. Yeah, easy. Andrew Tate. Yeah, dude. If you're listening to Andrew Tate for trade, like, oh, God help you. Andrew Tate, like, notoriously terrible trader. What would Andrew Tate know about Bitcoin? Like, cycle. How would he know these things that nobody knows, right? But, you know, I get it. There's got to be people on looking at the wrong side of every trade. Honestly, with how little upside, like, here's my thing is I don't think the top is in. So none of these numbers are accurate to me. I don't think that's it. I think we have another move up, like I've been saying. All these numbers shift every percent we move up. So we go to 140, that 65 becomes 50K. Go to 140, that 75 becomes 34K. You get 140, the 85 becomes 23K. It does not come up more. It does not come up much. There is, of course, always that possibility that we see a much smaller retracement. We saw a much smaller high to high move if the top is in right now. Not even 100%, 85 some percent. Maybe we only see a 50% retracement. That would bring us to like 60K, 62K. See 140, now it's at 70K, right? You can keep doing this. You basically just pick what do you think the high will be, and then put these percents on. You think it'd be 170K? Now your targets move up. 27, 42, 60. It's easy. It's easy to think about. Nobody knows. Nobody knows, but out of all the people who don't know, Andrew Tate doesn't know the most. 2020 numbers. Break the cycle. 25. Enforcement of the numbers. Enforcement of the numbers. What does that mean, Alex? What's up, by the way, Alex? Good to see you, brother. The top is not in. That's my conclusion. I don't think the top is. The top is 127K. Well, for the point of this exercise, it makes no difference whether the top is 25 or 27 or 30. Like, makes no difference. Let it go. I would play it, but Disney will sue me. They're 10. You guys, a lot of the time, you guys will say things like, people won't do this because it doesn't make sense. I hear that a lot. It doesn't make sense, so people won't do it. You are like me. When you people that are saying this, you were like me. We think logically. We need things to make sense, right? The reality, though, use your logic. The reality is we are aware that most people are not logical at all in any way, in any capacity. The majority of people are not. We are. I get it. But when you say people won't do something because it doesn't make sense, I feel like your intelligence is like flying over reality then. It's It's like ignoring a fundamental part of humans where we are totally illogical and we are totally driven by emotion. If you look at us in a big cloud, in a big picture, you know, like not individually, but as just a bubble of humans, we are so emotionally driven. We're not logically driven. And to say it doesn't make sense so people won't do this is just a failing thought when it comes to markets. That's my opinion. We are not rational. I'll say even markets aren't fucking rational. They don't seem rational. Maybe they used to be long ago. They certainly don't seem to be now. It's kind of cool trend. Oof. It's some wompy price action. Trevor Neal says biochemical factors like cortisol create liability during stress. When equity is decreasing, regaining control means grounding back to the body so that the mind can return to baseline. That's a beautiful statement. I don't know who Trevor Neal is, but that's pretty beautiful. You realize what I said? Everlasting Duty says he realizes what I said when everyone bought Doge. Exactly, bro. People, when they start investing or FOMO into invest, like they're not rational. They're not rational at all. We want to make sense. And I feel like the more intelligent you are, the more you want things to make sense. I feel like I'm that way. But it's just a failing practice to apply it to others. Your prediction is around 74.5. I guess the good news is if the top is in, the downside really isn't that scary. It's not really scary. Do they mean fake numbers? You guys are cracking me up. You're killing me. You see how is our poll going? We are so split. Holy, look at these results. 441 votes. And we are split. We're almost split into thirds. If I didn't have I don't know see results, I feel like we'd be almost perfectly in thirds. A third of us bear markets here, a third of us bear markets not here. A fifth of us cycle is different, and like 15. That's crazy. That's a crazy close poll for us, especially over 500 people. What's up, Taper Love Jeep? Appreciate the $5 Canadian. Irrational habits make us more social. Irrational habits are kind of features. Although it doesn't help in trading. Let's go. Tom, how you doing? I'm doing good, brother. Right on. I wasn't even saying, though, that like irrationality is bad. Just that irrationality is how we operate as people. And it's how largely I see people invest, which is crazy. 4-year cycle is history. We'll get mini cycles. That would be cool. I guess it would be cool if we just did up and to the right for a few more years, like 1 to 4 more years. What if we just kept doing that? I use TradingView so often, yet so often I just struggle to find the same tools I use all the time. Isn't that crazy? Let's look at post halving. Let's look at where should we go from? Something like this. What if we just see this over and over again? This. Let's see where that takes us. Something like that. Let's drag it to like the end of next year. All right, we'll take it to now. What if we just did this? I guess it does get bigger. I have to unsquish it. There we go. I'll unsquish it. I mean, this wouldn't be too bad of a path either. It'd just be really boring. It just like never would be exciting. I guess that is a totally valid way for things to go, though. And we could just see really slow expansions of growth. It's like we get to like 200K by the end of next year. God. Not even, maybe. No, wait, 200K, yeah, because it'd be like 125 to 200. Who knows? I certainly don't. But what I do know is that until we definitively move away from the cycle, I don't understand why I would look for something else. Especially being so close. That's my biggest gripe with this, is we're so close to being at what should be the finale, the end. It's like the end of this year. We're on the last quarter. We're 2 months away. And it's like jumping the gun now. It just doesn't make sense. Why call it? It's like you're in the 8th inning. The 8th inning ends. The 9th inning starts. You're like, call the game. Even though the score is super close, like just call it. No, I don't know. Because try some fib circles. All right. Year of the snake, bro. It's 1,000% year of the snake. Consequences 82. You can't find a normal MA. So there could be a reason. I mean, just go to indicators and type in moving average, right? Moving average simple is MA. Moving average simple. MA cross, like these all will have them. Typically, if it just says moving average, it means a normal moving average. And then if it's anything else like exponential or weighted or Hall, it'll say that. Hull moving average, there it is. Smooth, I don't think is a normal weighting average. I think it's, I forget what they do to make it smooth. But yeah, just moving average simple. There you go. For you. It is a default indicator on TradingView. Cycle has been different. It has been. Every cycle has been a little different, though. The only real thing that sticks out for me that can't be changed at this point would be this all-time high. Like this retroactively, can't change. We can say that the upside and the moves and the volatility have been different this cycle, and I would agree, but the cycle is not over. And now we are in the stretch where we would expect, based on the previous cycles, the most likely very volatile big moves. And so really, kind of like one of the arguments I've been making is that with a final move in this quarter, which I still think is going to happen, it all just looks the same. It's like this has been slow and unvolatile. It's been not like the Bitcoin remember, but all it would take is like one big move into the end of this year. Like let's say we go from 125 to 200K in the next 2.5 months, 2 months and change. Sounds crazy, I guess. But if that were to happen, then the cycle is almost exactly the same as all the other cycles, just minus this. This is really the only thing. It's like saying it's been different, but you're not, it's not over. It's like all of them are different at some point. And then at the end, it's looking back, you're like, oh, it's all the same. That has been the pattern that we've seen. And I do believe that will end eventually. It's not going to forever be that way. Could be right now. But we have heard this time is different every time. And so I'm just reluctant. I'm just cautious. I've learned the lesson. Yep, they're all different. But this time, Chris is, this time, excuse. This time, reason. Every time has had reason. Oh, like it's a scam project. This is a scam. This is a scam. I know because they spam my comments in the video with a bunch of bot accounts. Any project that spams with bot accounts is a scam. Ooh, KDA, you're right. Let's look at KDA. Guys, there was some creator, there's some streamer on YouTube back closer to when I started, I don't remember what year, that he streamed in. But his whole thing was KDA. It's like the whole channel was Kadena. And people were like, you gotta buy Kadena, Tom. Why are you like Kadena? Well, who? The Kadena Association. So, like, the devs, I guess, and the foundation, whatever, like, dissolved. I think yesterday. I think they just dissolved. They were like, we're done. I'm not really sure what happened. Damn, $2. Where did this trade to? Can you imagine buying this at $88? It's now worth 6 cents. You probably didn't buy it at $88, but you might have bought it at like 10 or 20. They tweeted that they're just done. They're closing down. Now, it is a blockchain, so of course the blockchain continues. But the founders and the devs are out. They probably sold their bags here or here, right? They probably sold a lot of their shit. Actually, they probably sold here. Let's be real. And they're out. I wonder if what happened was they were like delta neutral, right? They had a lot of spot KDA. And so maybe they were delta neutral by using perpetual contracts to, you know, like what they might have sold KDA and then went long on like 1x, or bought KDA and went short on 1x, some combination of using their spot and perps to kind of market make, but not be influenced as much by the price. And this wick, I have a feeling that this move on the 10th of this month like messed that up. Like, they were delta neutral, price didn't really change, like they still kind of locked in the amount of money they had, and then this wick came and just janked it, like liquidated them on some side or the other side, and it just all unraveled then. That's my guess. This could be the first body of October 10th's crash. This could be the first like victim, the first corpse. It's finally surfacing, bubbling up out of the pond, right? This could be it. We probably will see more shit like this. It's weird because I don't think anyone had it in their bingo card that Kadena would be the casualty of that dump. Please stay away from this. Stay away. Don't do the Luna. Don't do this. People, you degens, you bought this shit all the way down. Don't do this. Or is it Luna C that we needed? Oh wait, no. It's just been so long that this it's been so long that it has its own little chart history before the dump. Like, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't go fishing on this, man. Wow. Pretty crazy though. Does anybody know any more about it? I don't. Yeah, I mean, it's not even like it is a rug pull, but it's just what happens when you have a centralized entity in something and they peace out. You can't 100x that, good luck. But Luna C is stable, bro. Yeah, stable at 0. I think Casper could pull a Kadena. That is my hunch. I've shared with you what I think happened. I think that they were doing some kind of magic with spot and perps, and I think the sell-off janked it. I think it popped the bubble, popped a hole in their plan. Could Casper do it? I guess you could say anything could do it. I don't know how Kadena's distribution was. I don't know if the founders were holding like a ton. Oh, we didn't get skunked. We got unskunked. The trade finally filled. It finally filled. I don't know how I feel about it now, though. It finally filled. This does not look great. I think that this could be worth a shot. You got to figure out your stop loss and such. I think that could be worth a shot. Even just back to 7.5 cents, like a 50% gain. Ooh. Somebody was really big into this coin. Who was that? I very briefly endorsed it in the sense of that it was proof of work and appeared to be decentralized, and then so you guys came to me with some information and I never could truly figure out the reality. Something about the earliest blocks being like reorged in a way that there was no history, like no verifiable history, and that shenanigans could have happened. I don't know, and so I kind of backed off it. I did have some decent trades on it. However, I know I bought back in at 10 cents, whatever I had like chopped. So I'm down 50% on that. Actually less because I bought and sold, but still I'm pretty wrecked on it. I think this is worth playing for the right person. I might play this. This looks so bad though. Well, they did. Is it going to be a Kadena? I don't know. I don't think so, because I feel like Kadena needed to have some big founder supply for that to happen. And also, mind you, Kadena was around forever, and then finally, after all this time, went away. Let's clear this up. It's something to be aware of. I'll just say that. It's something to be aware of in all projects. The people who support it can dip out. And when that happens, it's typically not good. It's possible. That's a strength of Bitcoin. There's nobody to dip out. If Casper doesn't catch a bid here, if it doesn't rally, I don't know, like 7.5 cents from 5 cents, you're going to 3. I still think this is a pretty good trade, though. How to play this now. 5, 7, 5 to 1. Make it more baby. Just a 6.5. I mean, that's playable. I'll admit, it doesn't look great. It's not great. This flag in this lower high, retesting 5 cents, does not look good. This looks kind of toppy with this distribution, markdown. I don't know. Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin. I mean, Litecoin, what is there to be said about Litecoin? You guys know, like, I support Litecoin. I've always supported Litecoin. It's not going to change. What is there to be said? There's just nothing to be said. That hasn't already been said. It's still just doing the same thing. Didn't break here. I guess it did break under 75. That's poopy. It's poop. But it like nothing changed. Nothing's changed. Maybe if it trades below 64 without going above 135, maybe I'll get a little more bearish on it. But it just seems it's the same thing. There's nothing new to be said. There's nothing old to be said. It's the same. Just trucking. Just doing what it's always done. Certainly stopped me out here. F back to entry on this trade again. It's a little spooky. A lot of coins doing this bear flag, pole bear flag thing. You know how I know this isn't the top on Ethereum? This is a joke, by the way. You know that I know this isn't the top on Ethereum? Because you guys saw me close my long at 5K. You saw me close my long on this wick. And so there's just no reality where I did this. You saw me sell my Ethereum at 4,000. You saw me rebuy Ethereum in April. And then you saw me close my longs or sell Ethereum at the all-time high. There's no reality where I did this perfectly. There's just no reality. It's just not possible. So there's some hope. There's some hope left for Ethereum. It just cannot exist. There's not a way. It has to go higher so I can be like, oh, I shouldn't have sold. New gap open on CME. Zek. Ooh, Zek getting hammered. Getting hammered. It's not that bad. Still not stopped out. Probably a good entry on Zek right here. Why can't... Sometimes it just won't let you undo. Silly. This was here. I was trying to do is it's probably a decent entry. There's probably a trade here. Might be catching knives, sure. $124. At this point, if I took the long, I would just be aiming for like $291. You were reading that Zcash topping was a good indicator that the bull market's over. People have said that about Litecoin too. It's funny. Does look toppy. Does look toppy, and it is right. It is just right below 2021. Man, wouldn't that be savage? It's like right below, just another lower high again. It's like, all right, well, I guess I'll see you at $17 Zcash. If we see this reverse and start dumping, I'll put a limit buy order at $17. Mark my words. You'll be honest, Sleepy Hollow, you're bummed by your performance of your favorite three, Link, Ondo, Arrow. Yeah, Bitcoin, nothing, Link, Ondo, Morpho. Pretty much eventually split. I feel you, man. Sleepy Hollow, you're not alone. I've never been heavy into alts. I have been very transparent over all the years about my holdings. Like 90% Bitcoin now. But I feel you. I feel disappointed. I'm sure many people that can hear my voice in this moment feel exactly the same way you do. Especially those who are heavy into alts. Like, maybe even worse than disappointed, maybe angry. Maybe very angry. This did not play out. Even being heavy into Bitcoin, dude, I feel you. I'm disappointed so far in this run. Like, Bitcoin hasn't even 2x the previous all-time high. That's crazy. Of course, I have more Bitcoin than I did in 2021. I have more now. But bro, it's only up 82%, and I know this is crazy to say. It's only up 82% in 4 years. But like, I feel disappointed. I fully thought, I'm not afraid to be real with you guys. I'm not afraid to be wrong, because it doesn't help you if I just pretend to be right. I tweeted about that earlier. I fully expected in 2021 to be at this price. Maybe that's why I feel so shitty. Like, I fully thought we would be right here in 2021. I thought we would go higher, but like at minimum, I thought we'd be hitting the 100K. And that didn't happen. And now we're all the way back to 100K. And it's like 4 years later, it's not even 100% gain. That's crazy. That's crazy. I feel you. I think that is a very common feeling right now in this cycle. And Probably why. Probably why we're seeing like bear market views, bear market attention in crypto. Probably why there's no euphoria. There's not the retail jumping in yet. There's no good feelings here yet. But on the other hand, I don't think that that's off the table. I don't think it. I still think that that is ahead. That's a better way to put it. By the end of this year, I think we will have that euphoria. I think we will have those good vibes. And I think we will have FOMO. And I think we will have retail. I don't think anything has changed. And the more people doubt that, the more confident I become in it. I should have put on music earlier. Do you guys want to know? I tweeted this. You guys want to know who this is? I'll tell you. How to get rich quick in crypto. Delete your conflicting... the steps aren't perfect, but delete your conflicting tweets. Claim you called it perfectly. Sell courses, repeat. This tweet, man. I predicted the exact top 125,000. Everyone was bullish. I call for the bear market. I see the blah, 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 blah. 160,000, huge account on Twitter. This dude is so full of shit. He just deletes his tweets. Like, he had tweets about 160K or something. Like, just deletes his tweets and then says he calls it. You have to be aware of this shit on social media. It's not just Twitter. It's like everything. Wait, is this the wrong one? It's, ugh. Someone's smoking cigarettes outside. Stinks. Where did this go? So many accounts do this exact same thing. They just delete there's no accountability, and they have huge accounts. This guy. There you go. All it does is sell courses. All it does is delete his tweets and say he calls it. Ready? Very first thing, VIP trades. I bet he called Kadena too, right? Where is it? There you go. You called it exactly. Now go to his comments. This is hilarious. Go to his comments. Pretty sure you called not too long ago. Yep, a couple of times. He will delete this tweet at 126K. There's so many. I'm sure he's hidden a bunch of them too. Such an amazing trader that you need to sell newsletters to make money instead of trading. Bravo. It's just hilarious. It's hilarious. Dr. Unprofitable. I don't know. It's not even about this dude specifically. It's just such a common practice in crypto and trading content. It's like these people will just have no receipts. They'll delete anything in the past that's wrong. And then they'll sell these courses by saying, look how perfect I am. Look at how do these people live with themselves? Like, how do they sleep at night? I guess I'm just not a grifter. And so to me, it's just the crazy foreignist concept to do this. It's wild. I wish we lived in a world that punished that and rewarded people like me, people being honest, genuine. But we don't. At least we don't on Twitter for sure. What a wild world though, mans. What a wild world. Like, that should be illegal. Should it not? Like, shouldn't that be illegal? Shouldn't that be fraud? I'm not a legal expert. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, dude. No souls, they do not. Fear and panic gets views. Trying to sell you something. I agree. And DCA doesn't. It's not sexy. Doesn't get you. Doesn't get those people. And like, I've sold stuff. I have a course. It's really not gone. It's not gone the way I thought this year. Still have people in it. Still doing one-on-ones with people. But yeah, I guarantee if I just made shit up, lied, I'm sure I could sell a lot more. I wouldn't live with myself though. Fear and panic gets the clicks. We got to figure out a way to. We have to figure out a way for algorithms to prioritize value, and not I don't know. Just it's just deception, right? Straight out lies. I think maybe the answer is it should be illegal, especially when it comes to money. It should be illegal, and it should be enforceable. Although we're in the year of the grifter, so I don't expect this year. Year of the snake, baby. But it's like, shouldn't it be like? It's like the false advertisement's not even the word. It's you're selling something based on, you know, like, look at this expertise, or look at this product, or this expertise. You know my product's good because of this. And I feel like if you say that, it should be illegal to make up the this part. I don't know, man. I'd make a lot of enemies fighting that fight. A lot of the biggest, most influential people, maybe in the world, maybe not even just in crypto and trading, are the biggest and most influential because they make all the money doing that grift. Is Wayback Machine even a thing still? I thought Google abandoned it. Pretty sure it is illegal. Well, you know, the thing about something being illegal is it has to be enforced, or else it doesn't really matter if it's illegal. What are the divergence between Bitcoin and stocks? I don't see much of a divergence here. They look kind of the same. It's like all-time high and you fell. Bitcoin all-time high and it fell. Bitcoin hasn't recovered as well as stocks, but stocks are still under their all-time high. I think this looks better. I was saying that earlier. I think that looks good. If stocks were back at all-time highs cruising and Bitcoin was chilling, I would say that's a little worse take. Someone has to report the crime. Dude, it's more than that though. It's like you can report it, but just nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. You put the guns away, you're scaring you. Yes. Anyway, guys, I don't have much to talk about today. I appreciate you guys vibing with me, chilling. Anybody out there that hasn't subscribed, you should subscribe. Like 𝐓𝐫𝐚𝐝 Kumar subscribed, and Jamie, and DBEasy, and 𝐓𝐫𝐴U, and Streamers Trends, and the other, I don't know, 20 people-ish that subscribed today. You should be like them. We'll be live again on Friday. We have the FOMC, the biggest one ever, coming up next week. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be good. Jump in the Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. Sign up with BYDFI. You've seen me live trade on there a bunch. They're a great exchange. Anyone can sign up. They don't ask for your info. You get some perks using my link. That's about it. I'll catch you guys on Friday unless something crazy happens. I appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with me and listen to me rant. Be careful. Watch out for the snakes, man. It's the year of the snake. Keep your eyes peeled.